Sunday Dare can no longer claim ignorance towards the ruinous state of the National Stadium in Surulere. Neither are the financial numbers is mentioned towards a possible renovation of the stadium realistic. You could also factor that lives could have been lost in the most recent incident in and around the facility. Also, there's a big game in Italy. It's Juventus up against Napoli. And of course, there's all the talk about the top 4 race right here in this episode. My name is Ayomide Shotubo, and this is the Nutmeg on Guardian TV. Joining me to discuss this stadium and its ruinous state is Cosmos Chukwuemeka Kisi. And I believe that you'll see on the screen also as well a footage of one of the structures falling apart from the stadium, which I believe is a pillar. And you begin to imagine how it's possible that our Minister of Sport is talking about a renovation and not a total rebuild when you see this.
Sunday Dare talking about the renovation and total rebuild is I think at the moment the federal government, of course, through the Ministry of Sport and their representative, do not have it in them, do not have enough funds to say that they want to entirely rebuild a stadium. What they can only do is to restore the stadium. It's sad that we're talking about the national stadium this way, especially with years of maladministration and decay. I mean, the national stadium, as at 23 years ago, was the best stadium in Africa. The national stadium, in fact, the national stadium was built, with the same structure, architectural structure of the Berlin Stadium. That was the Berlin Stadium that was used for the 1936 Olympics.
Also, let's dabble into something different, of course, in the same light, but then a little bit different, because a reaction tweet, which I believe is taken down now on Sunday Dare's page, did say that it did not fathom that the enormity of the challenge or the dilapidated state of the stadium was at its peak, as we've seen right there and we can see right now. It says, entering into office in 2019, it didn't picture that it would be like that. Do you think that the chief sports administrator of the country should be telling us this?
It should not be saying such a thing, because when it came in 2019 and it visited the national stadium, I was one of the journalists there that interviewed him on the pitch of the national stadium. In fact, at the time, they were talking about, okay, should they transfer the national stadium to the Lagos State government for renovation and all that? But that didn't see the light of the day. You understand what I'm trying to say? So he cannot say that the national stadium has not been ruined. I mean, this is a national stadium. Every minister will come to the national stadium, promise whatever they want to promise, and it will still remain like that. Now, for him, he has tried in the sense that he has made effort, bringing the private sector to renovate some of these pitches. Of course, the Moshood Abiola National Stadium in Abuja, the pitch was bad at some point, very, very bad, and they were able to repair the pitch. Of course, the tartan track was not affected, but this one, both the tartan track and the pitch was very, very bad. And they're already working on it. I mean, I've seen the pitch, but then if the structure of the national stadium with a pillar falling off, I don't know whether it's a pillar or it's one of the lights, whatever it is, the national stadium needs not just a renovation, a restoration, not practically a rebuild, and it needs to be done ASAP, especially if they say that Nigeria will host, especially if Nigeria will host, alongside with Benin Republic, the 2025 African Cup of Nations. It has to be done as soon as possible.
Let's head over to Germany now, and of course, Thomas Tuchel has overseen Bayern Munich exit the DFB Pokal and the Champions League in recent weeks. A lot of problems going on. A lot is going on right now. Even in the Bundesliga, they have just 2 points. They're just 2 points a lead ahead of Borussia Dortmund. I begin to wonder, isn't the title race in peril?
Tuchel has come in at the moment, is out of the Champions League, is out of the DFB Pokal. It's a situation that he has to now focus. Now the team has to focus. The team Tuchel has to ensure that the team is in unity. Now, last week we were awash with whether Mane will still be in Bayern Munich or not after he was reportedly said to have slapped his teammate Sonny. He needs to bring this team together. They now know that they must win. They know that they must win. They must win all of their matches. I know that Borussia Dortmund, and in fact, not just Borussia Dortmund, because we are saying 2 point Borussia Dortmund, there are other teams already. There's Borussia Mönchengladbach that's actually doing really well as well. So, I mean, if you need to, Tuchel needs to understand that, okay, fine. As much as he wasn't the one that picked the team, he didn't do any what the preseason training with it. He must understand that he needs to get this thing to start winning and needs to start doing that. Now they need to focus. There's no other distraction. Focus and let's see how it will go.
In Serie, there's a big game to look forward to. Juventus go up against Napoli. Napoli running away with the title despite their deep in form. Victor Osimhen returning in the Champions League, getting a goal for them. Juventus, however, are 12 points behind the top 4 race and they want to play in the Champions League.
Napoli has not had a win in 4 games. Okay, in 3. Napoli need to ensure that they start winning. But they play against the Juventus side that started the season badly, picked up, had a lot of problems. At some point with all of the point deduction and all, they were on the relegation, but they are now back to the top 7. You understand? Now it's going to be a difficult one. And Napoli right now would want to ensure, and Napoli will be going away. They'll be going away to the Turin Stadium. So Napoli right now needs to ensure that they keep it simple, at least get a draw in that game.
It's been a wholesome conversation. Thank you very much, Cosmos Chukwuemeka Akisi, for being part of the conversation. And now we move straight into the Guardian picks and we start in Spain. Barcelona will welcome Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid have not lost since January. I tipped them to take something out of this game, either a win or a draw. Also, there's Juventus, Napoli, and when these teams face each other, they score a lot of goals. So you could expect both teams to score in that particular encounter. Liverpool face Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest trying to avoid relegation. Liverpool trying to make the Champions League. And I've gone for Liverpool to win. There is RC Lens and Monaco in France. And it's the battle for 3rd place as both teams are probably sealed a place in the Champions League next season. And I've gone for both teams to score in that particular encounter as well. To wrap things up, there's a big game in England. It has gross ramifications for the top 4 race. It's Newcastle United versus Spurs. And I go for Tottenham and Newcastle to play a goal as well. And that's how we wrap things up on the picks. And also on this edition of the Nutmeg, you can join the community by hitting the subscribe button and also get our latest videos when you tap the notification bells. My name is Ayomide Shotubo. Thank you for sticking around with the Nutmeg. See you next time.